My name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV at Essen 2013, and I'm sitting down with Kim Jung-Hup and Jung Yoon-min and Ben Lee, who's helping out to translate. Today you guys are going to showing us Patchistory, which is published by Danko Games. So I'm actually, since we're in tight quarters today, I am going to move the box, but if anyone else wants to see it, we'll bring it back out at the end, but just so I have a little breathing space. All right, Ben, why don't you take it away?
Okay, hi Ben. I'm going to give a short review about the game. Well, the game it consists of 3 eras. The main goal of the game is to get the most points after the 3 eras are finished. And well, as you can see, we have in each era there are 5 rounds, and each round consists of these actions you have. So this game is kind of like a civilization game where you build your land, where you can trade, where you can move your pieces, where you can start war, where you can do many different actions. And well, as you can see, these are the pieces. These are like at the start of the game, you start with this one. This is your land piece. But as you can see, from the action, in the first action, there is the auction and the patching land cards. So you buy one piece and you can patch it. That's why there's the name Patchistory. So you have your land piece and you expand it. In each round you buy one land piece and you expand it more and more. So this
always
is why
has to overlap onto
yes.
something from before.
It always has to overlap like once. You cannot overlap on water, but for example you can overlap like this. And in the first era you can expand it to 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the second era to 6 by 6, and in the third era to 7 by 7. So, and this is how you expand your land. And for example, the second auction is diplomacy and management. As you can see here, there are many different things you can do. For example, in the diplomacy is, well, you have some special things here. This is the cost, sorry. This is what you pay for. You pay 2 points in politics. And for example, you pay some wheat and then you get always a thing in exchange. Yeah, I won't explain in detail, but these are the stuff, this is the stuff you can do. The third action, the movement, it's, sorry. The third action, the movement is, you can, in your land, you have this worker on, and for example, he works in the industry, and when he works in the industry, he gets 1 more mineral. But with the movement thing, you can move him from here, for example, to here. Okay. And what you can do also is, well, it's a game of interaction. It's a game like Civilization, so you interact with someone else. And well, it goes clockwise, and it's me first interacting with you, and then you would interact with him, and it goes always clockwise. So you cannot interact directly with me. It's just I can interact directly with you. So it's clockwise. So that's why this one points to you, and I can move him. If I put a worker here, this is an action too. But if I put a worker here, I can move him, and then in the end, I can decide whether I want to bring him back and move him again to get this stuff. Or if I want to move him here, and then I can start war with you. And when the war starts, the shit, it gets kind of busy, and well, then I can explain maybe the 4th action. This is negotiation and war. Now we can negotiate, or we can have a war. And the war, well, it goes like this. The war is, you have the red marker here. This is the military power. So as you see, for example, in the beginning, we have no military power here. But there are tiles, for example, where you can patch them, and then you would get 1 military power too. Oh, this one gives even 2 military power.
And you would just adjust this accordingly.
And I would just adjust accordingly after each round. So I have 3 military power. And when there is a war and we fight, we just compare our military power. Plus, we can always put minerals hidden. Like this is a thing. It's a detail, but the minerals add up to our military power. And if you're defending, there's a defender card, a defender point too. And the defender always has the option of here, of this bonus here. Okay. Then we have well, after the war, well, if you win a war, you see here, it's always a war preparation cost of 0, 1, or 2, and according to each era. In the first era is 0, and the second era is 1, and the third era is 2. And there is this, the winner gets 5 points, the loser, the defender gets 3 points. But if I have a great victory, so if I win against you with more than 5 points difference, I would get 7 points from you directly.
Ooh,
So it's kind of really
that's
strong.
mean.
Yes. Okay. So as you can see, there are many different ways to get points. For example, by winning wars, or by well, by threatening, or by building, because this one, the culture, it gives 1 point per round. So they're like, there's the aggressive way to win the game, or there's the building way to win the game. There are many different.
And these are the points. These are what
These-
you
these
are
the
trying
points,
to
right.
accomplish.
And these are the coins. This is wheat, what the workers need, food. This is a vote. This one I can explain later. Yeah, and you always mark. So the orange one, it's movement. The purple one is politics. Politics, you want to play here.
Ah, so I'm guessing
Yes.
to threaten someone, you're going to
For
need at least
3 points.
3 points
Right.
in politics. Makes
The
sense.
red ones is the military. The black ones, well, as you can see, these are like stable points. These are the points which you always have. But this is, we split it up here. Can you see it?
Move a few things
Yeah.
off here. Earthquake!
So we split it up. These are the stable points, and these are the points which you get in the
Just keep moving it around.
in the production and worker maintenance. So as you can see, here, if I have, for example, like something like this, I would get 5 gold, 5 coins, 4 points, 3 wheat, and 2 minerals.
All right.
So that's why we split it up, so we can see here are the stable points, and here's the stuff we get in each round. So this is the production and worker maintenance, and of course, for every worker you have, for example, you have 3 workers, then they need food, so they would need 3 food. Okay. And in the 5th round, there are 2 extra actions. There's the heroes and the wonders maintenance. Well, heroes, for example, this one is a hero. Since there is a hero in your patch history, he has a maintenance cost of 2 wheat.
Ah.
So that's what you have to pay. And,
And
there is a
then-
building. And for example, if you have the building, the Statue of Liberty, it always has special actions. This one has a special action. For example, if you read this, get a card without bidding after the auction preparation, or exchange POL, politics, is set to 0. Okay, so each of these each of these heroes or buildings, wonders always have special actions. And then the vote, this is like really interesting. So each one gets 4 of these cards. And well, you select one of these, as you can see. Yeah, so as you can see, everyone puts down 1 card from his hand, hidden. So, and what counts is, here's worker, as you can see, worker, hero, mineral, and wonder. These are all different cards, but, well, you can vote for, so then let's just assume that these 4 cards were selected, and then we can put a vote. It always makes sense to vote for a card from the category you have the most. For example, if you have the most workers, you should put your votes on worker, because the one with the ranking, so we compare it, and the one with the most workers is first in the ranking. And then for the number of votes, let's assume there are 10 votes, you would get 10 points.
10 points.
And the second one is per 2 votes, you get 1 point. The third in the ranking is none. And the fourth has to pay 1 point. He has to pay 1 point for 2 votes. So you always try to vote for the stuff you have the most of. And well, then the era ends, you get the points, and the second era starts. And in the second era, there are much stronger cards. So for example, if you compare the 3rd era cards the first era cards, it's just maybe a bad example, but as you can see, this one is he takes 3 spaces, but he's really strong. He gives you 3 military power. Oh, sorry. He gives you 3 military power.
There we go.
And 1 movement, and
there we go.
and this action immediately start the war after the war preparations. It's really strong because you always have to wait 1 round. And for example, this one in the first era, it just gives money. It doesn't give.
Right.
So the cards in the later era are always stronger. So the game can always change. So the one who wins after the first era never wins after the third. And
now, how many players does this take?
it's from 2 to 4 players.
2 to 4. And how long do you think a typical game would take you?
시간 30분. 시간 한 명당 30분 정도.
Okay, so per player it takes 30 minutes more.
Okay.
So if you play with 2, I think like 1 hour.
Now, were you guys inspired? Are you fans of history? Were you inspired by anything in particular in creating
뭐
this game?
역사에서 게임을 만들 때 역사를 좋아해서 게임을 만들으셨어요? 아니면? Okay. So where does the game 이름은 어디서 와요? Patchistory라는 이름.
그냥 우리가 만들었어.
네, 그냥 패치를 하고.
그러니까 역사를 짜집기 위한
역사랑 더하는 거죠. 패치 더
Okay.
히스토리.
So the name Patchistory comes from like
Patch process.
patching because it's a process of patching and extending a land, and well, history, but since it's 3 eras and there are like historians, for example, Marx. Yeah, this one I don't know, but yeah. So
Now, I know you guys are selling this here at Essen. Do you know when it will be over in the United States?
we're just looking for a distributor right now to
Ah.
distribute it in the United States. Funny story happened. Like, well, the fair opens at 10 a.m. And well, we were there at 9:30, and people were standing in the line from 9 a.m. And we only had brought 50 copies from Korea since the boxes are kind of big. And well, all games got sold out in the first 10 minutes
Oh,
because the line was
wow.
so long. So even the game got sold out before the fair even started.
Even it's
So,
open.
yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you sold all your copies. That's
Yeah.
good. So sad for everyone else that if you were looking to buy a copy here at Essen of Patchistory, they're out. But I thank you, all 3 of you, for stopping by. Thank you for a great game. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for helping us out. And this is Patchistory.